Hello everyone, today I would like you to think about worrying. So not to worry, just think about how much you worry and whether you want to worry and whether you need to worry at all. There is a 3-step formula that I've used, and since I've been using it, I really don't spend my time worrying at all. What I tend to do is to take certain steps, and yeah, worrying either disappears or it turns into a problem-solving process, and then a problem gets solved. So it disappears this way as well. Okay, so this actually comes from cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, but it's a really, really effective technique. So if you think for a second about what worrying is it's thinking, it's dwelling on a problem. And it's up to you whether you do this or not. I know that we operate with certain patterns that we learned when we were younger, quite often just by watching our parents, our carers, our role models, etc. So there are certain scripts that run in our heads, and if we don't look at them closer, if we don't open up this Pandora box, then it's really difficult to function like this. Okay, so worrying is just a type of thinking process, a very unproductive one, and it really doesn't serve anyone. It's completely useless. So if you do a lot of that, think about how much time you're wasting, how much energy, how much of your headspace that you could be using for some amazing things, improving the quality of your life, for example. Okay, so down to their formula. So first of all, if you have an issue, you need to decide whether it's just a worry, so a thing that doesn't really exist, you're just worried about the future outcome, or whether it's a past outcome that you worry about, because that doesn't really matter again because it's in the past and we only have the present. The past and the future don't exist already or yet. So if there is an issue and you decide that it's actually a problem and it's a valid problem and it's really worth looking closer at it, then you need to use a problem-solving technique. One of the easiest ones is just, looking at what the problem is. So you ask yourself, what is the issue? Is it, for example, that I am worrying too much? So that's my issue, let's say. Okay, is this something I have control over? Yes, it is. It's not an external thing, it's an internal thing. So I definitely have control over whether I worry or not. Okay, so when do I worry the most? What is it that makes me start worrying? Is there any particular trigger? Is there any particular event? Is it something that someone says, or something that I do, or someone else does? It's not about blaming anyone for it. It's just about realizing that there is a certain pattern that gets triggered off. So it's not that person, it's not that external event, it's just that something triggers off your worrying, and you need to become aware of what it is. Okay, so you know the nature of the problem and you know the occurrence, and think about how much it's bothering you, because if you think about it a lot, and if it's actually stopping you from doing certain things in your life or being a happy person, then it's a serious problem that you can solve. Okay, so just analyze the impact and what you want to do with it. So once you've defined the problem, you can think about the options that you've got. While you think about options, try to be creative, okay? There are several techniques that you can use actually for this, but again, I don't want to make this video very long, so it will be a subject for a separate video. So yeah, just give yourself an opportunity to think through your options and go crazy. Think about options that aren't even realistic. You might think, oh, why would I do that? Why would I waste my time for this? Well, this is because our brain works in a very simple way and doesn't naturally like to be creative. It likes sameness, it likes patterns, it just likes, analyzing things blindly without really looking into the detail. It deletes, it generalizes, it repeats. It's a system that's far from perfect, okay? As human beings, we've got a choice to stop and think about it. So once you've come up with several options, just look at them and think which ones you actually like, and take action. Okay, so write down the steps once you've chosen your option or options, ideally probably an option. Write down all the steps you have to take. Okay, it may be that there are some micro steps as well, so list them all on a piece of paper. It's really important. Okay, and then take those steps, and I promise you it will work. It will resolve your problem. So that's one way. The second way is to actually just try to postpone your worrying. Okay, so if you need to worry, don't do it straight away. Just make an appointment with yourself, like a 5-minute appointment, 10-minute appointment. Don't make it too long. But let's say, something is coming back to you, something is bothering you throughout your working day, it's distracting you, it's annoying you, it's putting you in a bad mood. It's not healthy. So obviously you want to talk to yourself about it, and you want to, kind of give yourself that attention, give this problem this attention, so that you can think about it, but in a productive manner. But don't do it whenever it comes to you. Just learn. It's possible to learn that, I promise you. Just learn to think about something else when it comes to you, but make a time when you can sit down and think about it, okay? And then journal about it, for example. Just write it all down. It's very therapeutic. But the funny thing is that quite often, by the time comes when you've arranged that meeting with yourself, you no longer worry about it. And that's the whole point. It's just a habit. Worrying is a habit quite often. But we can get rid of it. We can break the pattern. So a nice way to do it is to postpone your worrying. Okay? And I think that's actually what I wanted to cover. And I called it a 3-way formula, but it is a 2-way formula, because what you can do is either apply your solution, your problem solving formula, or you postpone, or you journal about it, but within an allocated amount of time. So don't go over the time that you were planning to spend on it, okay? I really want people to start making comments, and if you've watched my video, if you don't like it, just do that. If you like it, do this. Give me some feedback, people. I really need it. I really appreciate it, and it will make my day, even if it's not even if it's not positive. Just do it in a constructive manner if you need to criticize me. But I want to be worrying about it anyway. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. Bye.